So what happens when a family tries to just erase its own matriarch? We're about to get into this incredible story about a massive fortune built on a secret and the quiet but undeniable power of the one woman who knew the whole truth. Okay, so picture this. Just days after her husband's funeral, a widow named Eleanor is in her home and she overhears this. Yeah, she calls her family the Vultures, and it's pretty clear they haven't shown up to mourn. Nope, they're there to claim what they think is theirs.
Right. So, this is Act 1, a ghost in her home. And honestly, that's exactly how they treat her. They're so blinded by greed, they don't see a mother or a grandmother anymore. To them, she's just an obstacle to the inheritance. They literally talk about her like she's already a ghost, just another dusty old thing to be cleared out.
And get this, it gets so much worse. She has to sit there and watch as they physically carve up her life with neon sticky notes. They're slapping these bright stickers on everything, family heirlooms, the very chair she nursed her kids in, all while talking about the renovations they're gonna do once she's out. I mean, the cruelty is just, it's quiet, it's methodical, and it is absolutely devastating. And the insults just keep coming. They're so cruel, and they're said right in front of her like she's invisible, like she can't even hear. It's like they see her as just another fixture in the house that needs to be gutted and replaced. A piece of the past they can't wait to get rid of. Okay, so this is where it goes from cruel to just calculated. They strip her of everything, not just her things, but her basic dignity. They actually move her from her own bedroom to a cot in the laundry room, and they tell her she can eat after everyone else is done. It's a systematic plan, really, to make her feel completely and utterly worthless. And this line, this becomes their go-to insult, their little mocking catchphrase. It's how they sum up her entire life's contribution. Think about that. Decades of her life of sacrifice, and in their minds, it all boils down to a pot of soup. Meanwhile, their dad, oh, he's the hero, the genius who built this entire empire all by himself. This one idea is the bedrock of their whole worldview. So now we get to Act 2, the secret architect. Because here's the thing. While they're busy dismissing her, literally calling her things and her belongings old lady junk, they have no idea, absolutely no idea, about the truth she's sitting on. A truth she's held on to for 15 long years. A secret that is, ironically, the very foundation of the empire they're trying to steal. You see, their entire fortune, the whole thing, it exists because of a sacrifice she made that they knew nothing about. Let's rewind 15 years. The company is about to go bankrupt. So what does she do? She quietly sells her dowry, her mother's jewelry, everything that was precious to her, and wires the money to save the company. She didn't ask for any credit, any thanks. She just didn't want to see her husband fail. And this is where the irony just gets so thick, you could cut it with a knife. While they're making fun of her for building soup, she had actually cooked up the single most important recipe in the company's entire history. That brilliant strategy that launched their IPO, the one that made them millions, yeah, that didn't come out of some fancy boardroom. It came from her kitchen table late one night. She was the ghost in the machine, the secret strategist behind their whole success story. She saw her husband was struggling, The board was shooting down every single proposal he brought them. So she took out a notepad, and using this business sense she had from a life before everyone just called her homemaker, she wrote the plan that saved everything. And then she mailed it to him anonymously. Just let him take all the credit. Now this is absolutely crucial. She didn't just have a good memory. She had receipts, a whole documented, legally binding paper trail. We're talking a folder hidden under a floorboard with the original handwritten proposal, the patent registration filed under her pseudonym, and get this, years and years of royalty checks that she never even cashed. It was never about the money for her, it was about the truth. Okay, so all of this builds to the big finale. Act 3, the will's final word. This is the confrontation they absolutely did not see coming. The whole family gathers in this sterile, modern lawyer's office, totally confident, ready to collect the prize they feel they're owed. And her son, Joseph, he's basically the poster child for the family's arrogance. He leans over and mutters this to his wife, but just loud enough for his mom to hear, of course. He has no clue what's about to hit him. He's literally sitting there, practicing his signature on a legal pad, already spending the money in his head. But the first bombshell doesn't come from the lawyer. It comes from this little silver voice recorder on the table. Suddenly, her late husband's voice fills the room. It's crystal clear, it's calm, and it's coming from beyond the grave. Turns out, the home security system had been recording everything. He'd been listening the whole time.
The lawyer just calmly slides a transcript across the table. 88. 88 separate times his son insulted his mother, all recorded in just 3 days. And at $1 million a pop, well, the total deduction from Joseph's inheritance comes out to a whopping $88 million. Just like that, their entire financial world completely shatters. The son who walked in expecting a $92 million empire is walking out with less than $4,000. But believe it or not, the biggest shock, the one that completely rewrites their entire family history, is still coming. And then, bam, the final truth bomb. The lawyer just calmly explains that the company's core business model, the Braidwood stabilization model, the intellectual property their entire company is built on, was patented by Eleanor. She wasn't just on the sidelines cheering, she was the inventor. And this number? $9.4 million. That's what she's owed in annual royalties from that patent. Money generated by the very mind they dismissed for decades. The mind they said was only good for making soup. You can just imagine the silence in that room. Just absolute silence. And her husband backs it all up in a final, notarized letter. He admits it. He admits he asked her to stay quiet, to let him take the credit, because he was worried the board wouldn't follow a woman. But in the end, he made sure her legacy was set in stone, giving her the credit he should have given her all along. So now, the truth is out, her fortune is secure, and her legacy is finally hers. So what does Eleanor do? She decides to write her own ending. And it's not about revenge, it's about something much bigger. First, she sells that house. Too many bad memories, way too much noise. And with the money, she starts a foundation, the women who were erased. It's a fund to help other women whose brilliance has been ignored, whose stories have been written out of history. She literally turns her own pain into a platform for others. And in her new place, a beautiful, quiet penthouse overlooking the ocean, she hangs this little sign on the door. She takes the exact word they used to hurt her, a burden, and turns it into this quiet, powerful, and kind of witty statement of victory. It's just the perfect ending. You know, Eleanor's story is such a powerful reminder, isn't it? Even when people try to dismiss you, underestimate you, or completely erase